Hey angels, let's stop the struggle. Welcome to the ultimate vocabulary shortcut for competitive exams, the A to Z vocabulary series on ChetChat. Now, we've done the hard work for you. We went through thousands of questions from exams like SSC, CAT, GRE, UPSC, CLAT, GMAT, IELTS, TOEFL and the Bank PO exams to bring you the 30 most powerful, high-scoring P words. And there is one more great news for you. We've just launched our complete top-tier business communication course. Think of this as your personal playbook for all the stuff that they didn't teach you at school, like how to introduce yourself and own the room, how to communicate with power in meetings and emails, even how to handle tough situations, like your one-on-ones with your manager or when a colleague tries to take credit for your work. You will get exclusive video modules, downloadable cheat sheets and scripts, and even live interactions with me. And the best part, all of this is waiting for you for less than the price of a cup of coffee. So if you're ready to stop feeling unsure and start speaking with unshakable confidence, then just click the join button below. I can't wait to see you inside. And now let's master 30 power P words together. Category 1 is the personality and behavior words. Our first word is pragmatic. A pragmatic person is sensible and realistic. They focus on what works in practice and not just in theory. They are problem solvers and are all about action and results. Memory hack. A dreamer would look at the stars, but a pragmatic person builds a ladder to reach them. Example, as kids, we wanted to buy a fancy car, but dad was pragmatic and chose a reliable one. Or, my friend wanted to sell snow jackets in Chennai. As a pragmatic advice, I said to them, how about trying cotton kurtas first? Quick quiz, what is the difference between pragmatic and practical? Pragmatic is for ideas, philosophies and decisions, whereas practical is for everyday things. A pragmatic solution, a practical pair of shoes. Synonyms of pragmatic are practical, sensible and realistic. Antonyms are impractical, idealistic and unrealistic. The next word is pedantic. A pedantic person is someone who loves correcting others about small and unimportant rules and details. Pedantic is not about being smart. It's about being annoying while showing off your knowledge. And sometimes they actually might miss the main point because they're so focused on that tiny error. My English teacher is so pedantic. He spent 10 minutes explaining a tiny comma error instead of discussing the meaning of the story. Or imagine you post a fun picture on Instagram with the caption, "Me and my friend at the beach." A pedantic comment might be, actually, it should be "my friend and I." Well, everyone understands the caption, but this person is just trying to correct it. Synonyms of pedantic are nitpicking and fussy. Antonyms are casual and laid back. Word number 3 is petulant. A petulant person is childish, sulky and bad-tempered, especially when they don't get what they want. This is not only for children. It's used for adults also who act like tantrumy children. Example, when his mother said he couldn't have more ice cream, the little boy gave a petulant reply and folded his arms. Or remember Virat Kohli in his early, more aggressive days, arguing with an umpire over a decision, not just disagreeing, but showing a childish, sulky anger? That's petulant behavior. Quick quiz. What is the difference between petulant and angry? Angry is a general feeling of rage. Petulant is a specific type of anger that is childish and sulky, especially when things don't go their way. Synonyms of petulant are sulky, peevish, moody and irritable. Antonyms are good-humoured, cheerful and easygoing. Word number 4 is profligate. A profligate person wastes money and resources in an irresponsible way. It's not just spending. It's spending without a care, like literally setting your money on fire for fun. The profligate heir spent his entire fortune on parties and luxury cars within a few years. Or think of the stereotypical spoiled son in a Bollywood movie who parties excessively, showers everyone with money and drives the father's business onto the ground. A profligate. Quick quiz, what is the difference between profligate and generous? A generous person gives to others, whereas a profligate person wastes money with no purpose. Synonyms of profligate are wasteful, extravagant and spendthrift. Antonyms are frugal, thrifty, economical and prudent. Our next word is prolific. A prolific person produces a large amount of something, like a prolific artist or a prolific writer. They create a vast quantity of high quality work. Like Lata Mangeshkar was a prolific singer, having recorded thousands of songs in many languages. At ChetChat, I give you 3 reels a week and long form videos, which is quite prolific. Quick quiz, what is the difference between prolific and productive? Productive is a more general term for getting things done, whereas prolific means a remarkable, abundant and continuous output, often of creative and high quality work. Synonyms of prolific are productive, fertile and fruitful. Antonyms are unproductive, barren and scarce. Next up is penurious. Penurious has 2 meanings. One is to be extremely poor and 2 is to be stingy and unwilling to spend money. Memory hack. Penurious comes from the Latin root penuri, meaning extreme poverty. Think of a penny, the smallest coin. A penurious person is one for whom every single penny counts, either because they have very few or because they are too mean and stingy to let them go. Example, the penurious family lived in a small hut with no electricity. Despite being a millionaire, he was too penurious to even buy a cup of tea for his friends. Quick quiz, what is the difference between penurious and parsimonious? They're very close synonyms for stingy. Penurious has the added layer of meaning extremely poor. Exam tip, penurious is often tested for its dual meaning. A question might use it in a sentence where context will help you understand if it means poor or stingy. Synonyms of penurious are destitute, impoverished, stingy and miserly. Antonyms are wealthy, affluent, generous and munificent. You will remember the word munificent, which is the opposite of penurious. How will you remember it? From our M words video. And I'm going to put a link to the entire vocabulary series here for you to go through. And our next word is prescient. A prescient person has the ability to see or know what will happen in the future. It's a rare and powerful intellectual ability to predict the future accurately. Example, the author was prescient in his 1980s novel. He accurately described a world connected by video calls and social media. Or think of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and his vision for India in 2020. His predictions about technology and development showed that he was a prescient thinker. Synonyms of prescient are prophetic, far-seeing and visionary. Antonyms are short-sighted, myopic and unimaginative. Word number 8 is probity. Probity means complete honesty and strong moral character. Probity is the highest standard of honesty. A person of probity is a proven good person. The judge was chosen for the case because of her reputation for absolute probity. Or think of a figure like Mahatma Gandhi or Sardar Patel, who are widely respected for their unwavering integrity and probity. Quick quiz, what is the difference between probity and honesty? Honesty is a general term. Probity is much stronger and more formal, and it implies a deep-rooted and complete integrity in one's character. Exam tip. Probity is a favorite word in exams to describe an ideal civil servant, a judge or a leader, and it usually comes in reading comprehension passages. Synonyms of probity are integrity, honesty and righteousness. Antonyms are corruption, dishonesty and unscrupulousness. And before we move to our second category of words, I would like to give a quick shout out to Sonakshi Kashyap, who's been watching every one of our videos. Sending you lots of love and gratitude, Sonakshi. God bless you. And if you too want a shout out in our next video, leave me a comment below with the hashtag ChetChatters. Our second category of words, P words, are about problems and situations. We have 8 P words that help us describe difficult circumstances. Our next word is precarious. If something is precarious, it's unsafe, unstable, risky, and it could fall anytime. It's not just about physical danger. A precarious situation is unstable and it could collapse at any moment. Like a student's plan to pass an exam without studying is a precarious plan. Or in the recent landslides in the Himalayas, some buildings were left standing precariously, almost about to fall. Quick quiz, what is the difference between precarious and dangerous? A lion is dangerous, but a wobbly ladder that you're standing on is precarious. Synonyms of precarious are unstable, risky and uncertain. Antonyms are stable, secure, safe and firm. Next we have paucity. A paucity of something means there is a shortage, like a scarcity or a lack of something. It's a formal and powerful way to say not enough. Memory hack. Think of a poor city. A poor city has paucity of money, resources and opportunities. The village had a paucity of clean drinking water, especially during the summer months. Or during the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, there was a paucity of hospital beds and oxygen cylinders in many cities. Quick quiz. What is the difference between paucity and scarcity? Now they are synonyms. But paucity is often used for more abstract things like ideas or evidence, while scarcity is used for physical resources like water or food. Synonyms of paucity are scarcity, lack, deficiency and dearth. Antonyms are abundance, plenty, surplus and wealth. Word number 11 is paradox. A paradox, at first it seems like a contradiction, but it's actually true. Example, it's a paradox that the internet connects people, yet many people feel lonelier than ever. Or the only constant is change is a paradox. Quick quiz, what is the difference between paradox and contradiction? A contradiction is a direct opposition that cannot be true. For example, it's raining or it's not raining. Whereas a paradox stems from contradiction but may reveal a deeper truth, like saying less is more. The idea that simplicity is better than excess. Synonyms of paradox are contradiction, puzzle and enigma. Antonyms are certainty, truth and axiom. Our next word is panacea. A panacea is a supposed cure-all solution for all diseases or for all problems, but in reality, a panacea doesn't exist. This word describes an unrealistic magic bullet solution to complex problems. Example, some people think that technology is a panacea for all our educational problems, but teachers are still the essence. Or some people think money is a panacea, but it can't fix every problem. Quick quiz, what is the difference between panacea and solution? A solution fixes a specific problem, whereas a panacea is a non-existent solution that fixes all problems. Synonyms of panacea are cure-all, universal remedy and magic bullet. Antonyms are toxin, poison and problem. Next is pandemic. A pandemic is a disease that has spread over a whole country or the entire world. Example, the COVID-19 pandemic. Or technology addiction is a pandemic that makes you feel isolated and depressed. And we also say that there is an obesity pandemic or a mental health pandemic, meaning that these health crises affect people world over. Quick quiz, what is the difference between pandemic and epidemic? An epidemic is a widespread occurrence of a disease in a community or a region. A pandemic spreads across countries or continents. Synonyms of pandemic are plague, outbreak and scourge. Antonyms, well, there's no direct antonym, but you can say health, wellness and containment. Word number 14 is perfunctory. A perfunctory action is done quickly without interest or effort. Like someone just giving you a perfunctory smile only for the sake of completing a duty without any real interest, care or enthusiasm. It describes actions done, but the mind and heart are not in it. I love the sound of the word, perfunctory. He gave a perfunctory nod when I greeted him, but he didn't even lift his head from his phone. Or imagine a government official at a passport office who stamps documents without even looking at people. They are doing a perfunctory job. Synonyms of perfunctory are superficial, cursory, half-hearted and mechanical. Antonyms are careful, thorough, enthusiastic and meticulous. Word number 15 is perennial. Something perennial lasts for a very long time. It's always present or it happens again and again. This word describes long-lasting recurring situations, both good and bad. Memory hack. Think of a permanent annual event. That's perennial. Traffic jams are a perennial problem in Mumbai, or flooding in certain regions during the monsoon is a perennial issue. Quick quiz. What is the difference between perennial and permanent? Permanent means lasting forever without change, whereas perennial implies recurring cycles like perennial floods, perennial landslides. It means it happens every year. Synonyms of perennial are recurring, enduring and everlasting. Antonyms are temporary, short-lived and fleeting. The next word is pungent. Pungent is a very strong, sharp smell or taste. It's not just strong, it's like horrible and too much, like the smell of raw onions or garlic. Example, the durian fruit of Malaysia has a very pungent smell and it can fill the entire room. Or the smell of a Mumbai fish market on a hot day is pungent. Quick quiz. What is the difference between pungent and strong? A strong smell can be good or bad. A pungent smell is usually sharp, penetrating and bad. Synonyms of pungent are sharp, acrid, penetrating. Antonyms are mild, bland and delicate. And if you're enjoying this vocabulary series, don't forget to drop me a comment. That comment of yours is what motivates me to make new lessons for you every week. And now we're going into our third category of words. It has 6 words about persuasion and position. Word number 17 is proponent. A proponent is someone who supports an idea, a plan or a theory and speaks in favor of it. A proponent isn't just a passive supporter. They're an active champion for their cause. Memory hack. Think of opponent being someone who's against you, and proponent means they are pro you, they support you. She is a proponent of healthy eating and always promotes organic food. Or Rahul is a strong proponent of online education. He believes it makes learning accessible to everyone. Synonyms of proponent are advocate, supporter and champion. Antonyms are opponent, critic, adversary and foe. Next is postulate. Postulate means to suggest that an idea is true, and that becomes a starting point for a discussion. When you postulate, you are in a way demanding that your idea be considered as the starting point. Like scientists postulate that life may exist on other planets, or before we had satellites, ancient Indian astronomers postulated that the earth was round and they calculated its circumference with amazing accuracy. Synonyms of postulate are propose and suggest. Antonyms are prove, demonstrate and verify. Next up is paradigm. A paradigm is a typical example, a pattern or a model of something. A paradigm is like a rule book. We commonly in fact say a paradigm shift, and that means that the rule book is thrown out and replaced with a new rule book. Examples: for decades people went to shops to buy things. Then companies like Flipkart and Amazon introduced e-commerce. This was a paradigm shift in shopping. The old paradigm was go to the store. The new paradigm is the store comes to you. Synonyms of paradigm are model, pattern, and framework. Antonyms are anomaly, deviation, and exception. Word number 20 is pertinent. Something pertinent is directly related to and important for the topic. Pertinent facts are the ones that actually matter. They are relevant and to the point. Example, when applying for a job, you should only include pertinent work experience in your resume. Or a good student asks pertinent questions that are directly related to the topic. Synonyms of pertinent are relevant, applicable, and germane. Antonyms are irrelevant, immaterial, extraneous, and unimportant. You will remember the word germane from our G words lesson. In fact, there's a link below for the full vocabulary course, and you can go back and watch all of these videos for free. Next, we have peripheral. Peripheral means something is on the outside edge, on the periphery or the boundary. Peripheral is like the opposite of pertinent. Pertinent was the main central or core idea. Peripheral means on the edge. It's not the main or the most important part. Example, doctors talk about your peripheral vision, which means what you are seeing at the edge of your sight, which is not the main central vision. Or when a big cricket match is on, the game is a central issue for a fan. What commentators are wearing is a peripheral detail. Synonyms of peripheral are marginal, secondary, and incidental. Antonyms are central, core, fundamental, and primary. Exam tip: peripheral is commonly used in reading passages to contrast the main idea with important but supporting details. Word number 22 is philanthropy. Philanthropy is the act of helping others, especially by donating large amounts of money to good causes. Memory hack: philanthropy comes from phil, meaning love for, and anthropos, meaning humankind. So philanthropy literally means love for humanity. Like the Tata family is well known for its philanthropy, having built many hospitals, schools, and research institutes in India. Or Azim Premji donates billions of dollars to education. He is a philanthropist and he is working towards improving the entire education system in India. Quick quiz: what is the difference between philanthropy and charity? Charity is often immediate relief, like giving food to the hungry, whereas philanthropy is a long-term strategy to create change, like funding agricultural research to end hunger. Synonyms of philanthropy are charity, benevolence, and altruism. Antonyms are greed, selfishness, and miserliness. Now, the next category of words all relate to peace and emotion. We have 8 words in this category. Word number 23 is placate. Placate means to calm someone down when they are angry, like pouring water on a fire. You're trying to calm a heated situation by giving the person what they want to hear or see. Like the manager tried to placate the angry customer by offering a full refund or a discount on their next purchase. Or she gave her little brother chocolates to placate him after their fight. Synonyms of placate are appease, mollify, pacify, and smooth. Antonyms are anger, enrage, provoke, and aggravate. Our next word is placebo. A placebo is a harmless pill or a fake medicine that has no real medical effect, but the person who's taking it might believe that it's treating them. Example, in a drug trial, one group received the real medicine while the other one received a placebo, and that's the way you test whether the medicine is actually effective or not. Imagine you have a headache and your grandmother gives you a special magic sweet. Now you believe that it has power and you think that your headache is gone away. Then this sweet acted as a placebo. Synonyms of placebo are sugar pill and dummy treatment. Antonyms are active drug and real treatment. Word number 25 is propitious. A propitious time or situation is a good time, which is favorable for something. It's like the universe is giving you a green light. It describes a moment full of positive potential and good omens. Example, it's a propitious day for a picnic and the sun is shining and the weather is perfect. Or in India, people often consult astrologers to find a propitious time or a Shubh Muhurat for starting a new business or for getting married. Quick quiz, what is the difference between propitious and auspicious? Now they are very close synonyms, but auspicious is more commonly used for events and beginnings, like an auspicious occasion. Propitious can also be described or used to describe favorable conditions, like propitious weather. Synonyms of propitious are favorable, auspicious and promising. Antonyms are unfavorable, inauspicious and unlucky. Our next word is pensive. A pensive person is thinking deeply about something, often in a quiet and sad way. It's not just thinking, it's deep and reflective, like the person is lost in their thoughts. Like example, she became pensive when asked about her childhood, lost in her memories. Or imagine you see your friend sitting alone on a bench and she's just received her exam results and she's staring into the distance. They're not crying, they're not smiling, just deeply lost in thought about their future. They are pensive. Synonyms of pensive are thoughtful, reflective and contemplative. Antonyms are thoughtless, unreflective and frivolous. The next word is pathos. Pathos in a situation or a movie or a story makes you feel sad, pity or sympathy. It touches your heart and makes you say, "Oh, that's so sad." Memory hack. Pathos is from the root pathos, meaning suffering or feeling. It is the same root of words like sympathy and empathy. Like the final scene of the movie where the old man is left alone was filled with pathos. Or the abandoned puppy's whimper was filled with such pathos that we decided to adopt him on the spot. Synonyms of pathos are poignancy, tragedy and sadness. Antonyms are comedy, humor, joy and cheer. The next word is penchant. A penchant is a strong liking, habit or tendency for something. It's more than just a simple liking. It's a habitual preference or a strong leaning. The pronunciation of this word is quite interesting. The Americans call it penchant and the Britishers call it penchant. Example, my grandfather has a penchant for telling long stories from his youth. Or many people have a penchant for spicy street food even though they know it might upset their stomach. Which spicy street food is your favorite? Synonyms for penchant are liking, fondness and affinity. Antonyms are dislike, aversion and distaste. Word number 29 is predilection. A predilection is a preference or a special liking for something. Like it's a bias in its favor. It's your go-to choice. It's like the preference you had before choosing, a pre-existing bias. For example, the director has a predilection for casting new actors in his films. Or imagine a film critic who always gives higher ratings to science fiction movies. Even before watching a new sci-fi film, you know that they're likely to enjoy it. They have a predilection for that genre. Quick quiz now. What is the difference between predilection and penchant? They're very, very similar, but use predilection for a pre-existing bias and penchant for a strong habitual liking. Penchant is more common and predilection is more formal. Synonyms of predilection are preference, predisposition and inclination. Antonyms are aversion, dislike and disinclination. And our final word is pantheon. A pantheon is a hall of fame for a specific field. It's not a real building, but it's a group of the most famous, important or admired people in a particular field. It can also mean a temple for all the gods. If someone is in a pantheon, they are not just good, they are legendary. One of the all-time greats whose names will be remembered forever. Like Lata Mangeshkar and Kishore Kumar are fixed stars in the pantheon of Indian playback singers. Or in India, the debate is always about who is in the pantheon of cricket. Is it just the legendary Tendulkar, Kohli and Dhoni, or do Kapil Dev and Rahul Dravid or Anil Kumble also have a place? But being in that group means you are in the pantheon. Exam tip. The word is a favorite in reading comprehension passages about history, art, science or sports. It's used to describe the most influential figures in a field. Synonyms of pantheon are Hall of Fame and elite group. Antonyms are obscure, mediocre and rank and file. Phenomenal and priceless. 30 high-scoring P words, easily understood and cracked. I wish you the best for your exams and see you on the next vocabulary lesson. Happy learning!